Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a story that sounds almost unbelievable at first glance. A $10 billion invention connected to Donald Trump that reportedly shocked even Vladimir Putin. Headlines like this have been circulating online, sparking curiosity about what kind of project could possibly carry that level of value and global attention. To understand the story, we first need to look at Donald Trump's background. Long before entering politics, Trump built his reputation as a real estate developer and businessman. His brand became associated with massive projects, luxury towers, resorts, and bold financial deals. Unlike tech innovators such as Elon Musk, Trump was never known primarily for building rockets or inventing advanced technology. Instead, his influence often came from large-scale ideas, negotiation strategies, and ambitious projects that carried enormous price tags. So when people talk about a $10 billion invention connected to Trump, it usually doesn't refer to a physical gadget or device. Instead, the term is often used in a broader sense. In politics and global strategy, an invention can refer to a massive initiative, infrastructure system, or national security project that introduces something new on a very large scale. During Trump's presidency, several major proposals and projects involved multi-billion-dollar budgets. One of the most talked about examples was the effort to build and expand border security infrastructure along the southern United States. This project involved advanced surveillance systems, reinforced barriers, monitoring technology, and large-scale engineering work. Supporters argued that these developments represented a modernized approach to border protection. Critics believed the project was politically driven. Regardless of the debate, the sheer scale of funding drew international attention. Projects involving billions of dollars naturally attract scrutiny from other global powers, including Russia. Leaders around the world constantly analyze each other's policies, investments, and infrastructure strategies. When a country launches a project worth billions, it sends signals about priorities and long-term planning. That is one reason why figures like Vladimir Putin closely observe major developments coming out of the United States. However, the phrase $10 billion invention has also been used in viral online content to describe something even broader, a powerful concept of economic and technological competition between major nations. Over the past decade, countries have invested heavily in areas such as cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, energy independence, and advanced defense systems. These projects often involve huge research budgets and infrastructure networks. A single initiative can require thousands of engineers, scientists, and analysts working together across multiple industries. When combined, the cost of these efforts can easily reach into the tens of billions of dollars. Another factor that fuels headlines like this is Trump's communication style. Throughout his career, he has often emphasized bold numbers and dramatic language to describe projects or policies. This approach captures attention and makes initiatives appear larger than life. When combined with political rivalry and international competition, the result is a story that spreads quickly across media platforms. The United States and Russia have long maintained a complicated relationship shaped by strategic competition. Both countries invest heavily in military capabilities, cybersecurity systems, and geopolitical influence. Whenever one side announces a major development, analysts on the other side study it carefully. For example, advancements in missile defense systems, satellite networks, and cyber protection programs can all involve enormous budgets. Even though the public might see only the headline number, behind the scenes there are often thousands of components that make up the final cost. Infrastructure can also reach these massive price levels. Large-scale projects involving energy pipelines, smart power grids, data centers, and advanced communication systems require extensive resources. When these initiatives are connected to national strategy, they become part of a broader geopolitical picture. What makes the story even more intriguing is how quickly narratives can evolve online. Social media and digital platforms often amplify dramatic interpretations of real events. A policy proposal might be described as a revolutionary invention. A budget plan might be framed as a secret project. Over time, these descriptions become more sensational as they spread. Despite the exaggerated language, the fascination surrounding these stories reveals something important about modern global power. In today's world, influence is often tied to technological capability, economic strength, and infrastructure development. Countries compete not only through military force, but also through innovation and strategic investment. Trump's presidency emphasized economic competition and national strength in several key industries. Policies were introduced to encourage domestic manufacturing, strengthen supply chains, and invest in defense capabilities. Some of these initiatives involved very large financial commitments, which contributed to the idea of massive projects changing the global landscape. When observers in other countries analyze these moves, they often look beyond the headlines. Governments study how investments might shift economic influence or technological advantage. Even if a project appears domestic on the surface, its ripple effects can extend far beyond national borders. This is why figures like Vladimir Putin, along with other world leaders, pay close attention to major developments in the United States. Strategic awareness is essential in global politics. When one nation makes a large move, others want to understand how it might affect the balance of power. At the same time, it is important to recognize the difference between verified facts and viral storytelling. There is no confirmed evidence that Donald Trump personally invented a $10 billion device or machine that shocked Vladimir Putin. Most discussions surrounding this idea are based on interpretations of large policy initiatives, infrastructure spending, or defense investments. Still, the narrative captures public imagination because it combines several powerful elements: massive money, famous political figures, and the long-standing rivalry between global powers. These ingredients naturally create stories that people want to explore and debate. In reality, the modern world operates on scales that can feel almost unbelievable. Governments routinely manage budgets worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Infrastructure programs stretch across entire regions. Technology research initiatives involve thousands of specialists working together to push the boundaries of innovation. When viewed in that context, a project costing $10 billion becomes part of a much larger global system of investment and development. It represents ambition, strategy, and the constant competition between nations seeking to lead the future. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story behind the headline, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights into global power, billionaire influence, and the massive projects shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.